Okay, here we are for the top 4. QT number 4. We're paired up against thewoof2 as a clan mate, and he's also on affinity. And he did win the die roll, which is it's not a good sign for us. But our opening hand is pretty decent. We can lead off with an ancient tomb into a thorn, which is mildly good against him. But I really don't have anything reactive for his inevitable turn 1 monstrosities. I am hesitant to keep this, but I don't think going down to 6 is really going to be that much better. So I'm going to keep. So let's see what he has on turn 1. And he leads off with just a Mistress Factory. Now that's quite interesting. He could be trying to bait me out with a wasteland, but I'm not quite sure. Either way, for lack of having something better to play, I'm going to go with Ancient Tomb into Thorn of Amethyst. That way, if I lose my tomb, it's not the end of the world. So there's the wasteland. I'm not sure if he was baiting me out with it, but it's there nonetheless. So it looks like he's going to have to use the wasteland. Okay, so he plays a Revoker. And you can name Sol Ring or Mana Crypt. There's only artifacts in my entire deck that do anything. Oh, sorry, Steel Hellkite. Yep, forgot about that one. Alright, that's fine. Now, Chalice of the Void on 1 is an interesting option. I'm not sure if it's just better to play a Lodestone Golem and then go that path. I have enough mana, even if he wastelands the workshop, to be able to get some things. Chalice of the Void is interesting, because if I can lock him out of, say, 2 mana spells, that really limits what he can do. And I think that's what I'm going to do here. Because that still gets me the ability to play Lodestone Golem by dropping the Tolarian Academy next turn. Yeah, so there's the Wasteland on the Mishra's Workshop, which I expected. Okay, so he's going to try and go to do the beatdown path here. This is 4 damage to me. And a Wasteland of my own is interesting. But I think it might just be strictly better to play Lodestone Golem. Taking quite a bit of damage off of the Ancient Tomb, but hopefully Tolarian Academy helps. Oh, that was unfortunate. Could have used that. So he's not going to attack. It's fine. Alright, Null Rod is an interesting option here. But I think I'm probably better off casting Wasteland on his Mishra's Factory so that he can't double block my Lodestone Golem. I think that's slightly better. But if I cast the Wasteland on his Cradle, he's only got 4 cards in his hand. I'm not sure how many lands he has. So if a Wasteland Cradle, he can't activate Mishra's Factory, which is all the same, I think. I've locked him out of 2 mana spells. Yeah, I think Mishra's Factory is just strictly better because that's a win condition for him on the board. Fortunately, this is a race that he would... Oh, I still think I win. It's a 4-turn race versus 5, plus I got the first hit in. So Workshop is interesting to see, but he didn't play anything after that. So I'm not sure what that means. Oh, a Tangle Wire. That's annoying. That is quite annoying. Metamorph. Alright, so I'll play Mishra's Factory and pass the turn. So he used to tap 3. I presume he's going to tap all 3 lands. This is a difficult choice, but Okay, so he is going to attack. He's banking on the fact that my Ancient Tomb is possibly going to do damage to me. But that's okay. I'll just tap Tomb, Thorn. Ooh. That was bad. And he kept a hand with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of his 11 cards have been lands. Oh, man. So definitely tapping those two guys. Yeah, I think that's the only thing I can really do at this point. So I'll play the factory, and I think I have to stay back. That'll let me metamorph next turn if I draw a land. He has enough mana to cast another Tangle Wire, though. Which he doesn't, thankfully. I'll tap those two guys. Steel Hellkite is not a land. So I'm going to attack, because if I don't attack, I can still, the same thing as him being unblocked, I can activate my tomb and play Mishra's Factory. The only thing I'm risking is Wasteland. If he somehow draws a Wasteland, then I'm in real tough shape. But either way, I don't want to go down to 4 life. I really don't want to go down to 4 life. And that's the only way I can get Metamorph out right now. Yeah, I think that's unfortunately the only option I have at this point. I mean, if he gets a Wasteland, he gets a Wasteland. I can't really do anything about that. That kind of stinks, though. Oh, it looks like he might have bricked, though. Mishra's Workshop. Oh. Wrong one. Oh. Okay. That stinks. Okay. Plan F. Let's attack. I hope he doesn't draw into something here. Oh man, that's ugly. Ugh, man. Stupid metamorphs are killing me. Really needed that Tolarian Academy. A frog might. The almighty froggy might. Oh boy. So he's gonna equip so that he can draw a card, I guess, when I attack. City of Traders. That helps quite a bit. So I'm gonna play that. That gives me 7-8 mana. So I can cast Steel Hellkite now. Not sure I want to let him draw cards. Gonna let that go. I don't see how there's any way he could do direct damage. Oh, it looks like I got him. Wow, that was a weird game, but we were able to pull it out in the end. So he's going to be on the draw, or on the play again. So, looking at our sideboard, what are the cards that we want to bring in? We want to bring in Null Rod for sure. Steel Hellkite for sure. We want to take out the Thorn of Amethysts, since they really do almost nothing. Bring in a Crucible of Worlds. Duplicant's interesting because we can get rid of a Ravager or something. But I'm not really sure there's anything else I really want to take out instead. Trinisphere is actually pretty poor. I suppose Duplicant is slightly better. So I'm going to see how this works out. Let's see, our opening hand is interesting. It's tempting to keep this, but I'm not sure this is really what I want to be doing. The Mishra's Workshop is a prime candidate to be wastelanded, and after that, assuming I play Revoker or a Sphere on turn 1, and he does that, I'm left with 2 single mana generating lands and a bunch of spells that I wouldn't be able to cast. I don't really have any way to really stop an early onslaught, though, unfortunately. And so I want to mulligan this, but I'm hesitant again. I don't want to go down to 6 cards and get a hand that's exceedingly worse. I'm going to keep and see what happens. It's a really difficult mulligan. Alright, so he leads off with a Wasteland, which was just about what I really did not want to see in this as an opening play. I mean, so if I play a non-workshop land, I can't do anything except for play Chalice on 0, which doesn't seem all that particularly impressive. On the other hand, if I play Mishra's Workshop and I Chalice for 1, I shut down 1 engine, the Skull Clamp engine, which might be enough to buy me some time, but I'm worried it might not. But doing nothing on turn 1 doesn't seem all that proactive either. So it looks like he's taken some time to think about this. He probably did not want to see a Chalice or a Chalice of the Void on 1. So he's going to Wasteland my Workshop, which is perfectly reasonable. And I really think that, oh, that was a great draw. Wow, that was a really great draw. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't have another one, but that lets me... I can put a threat on the board, or I can play a Sphere. I'm not sure I really want to play a Sphere. I think I'm better off with a threat. So in this case, I'm going to name the Arcbound Ravager. And I want to pass the turn. Strip mine, yep, that's fine. Just prevents him from doing anything still. And so I draw a Wasteland. I can't do anything with my cards anyway, so might as well give it a whirl. Dismember. Alright, that's fine. A little late, but he would have cast it anyway. So here we are on turn 4, and both of us have some piddly board states here. Mistress Factory, so let's go Go ahead, play it and pass the turn. Yeah, so he's outdrawing land for me, and that's going to be a problem. Especially if you got something like a Genesis Chamber to stare down. And the Arcbound Ravager I tried to prevent from hurting me. Alright, I think I'm going to lose this game. Yep, this game is pretty much lost. All I'm fighting for at this point is, I don't know, time. I guess. There's no way I can really come back from this. And I can't even cast that spell. Oh, boy. I don't see any possibility of winning this. There's no point in even playing this Fear since he's got as much mana as he could possibly ever need. He drew another land. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, this is probably as good of a draw as he could have imagined. Yeah, that wasn't going to get me anywhere. Alright, that was ridiculous. He drew pretty much every good land he could possibly have done, and I drew none of mine. I don't see any reason to change anything, even though I am on the play. There's really nothing here. I mean, bringing a Crucible over, I really don't know. I don't think there's anything better. So let's give this a whirl. Ah, okay, well, this is an interesting hand. I can turn 1 Factory, Sol Ring, and Revoker, and turn 2 I could play a Precursor Golem. And attempt to outrace him. Let's give it a whirl, see what happens. So let's go Mishra's Factory, Sol Ring, Phyrexian Revoker. And I'm going to name Skull Clamp. Mishra's Workshop. Oh, Genesis Chamber. Oh, that's bad. All right. So I guess Precursor Golem is my only answer. I guess, do I get multiple triggers of Genesis Chamber? No. Oh, it's a non-token, right? Yeah, okay. Alright. So he's got 4 cards. Double Mishra's Workshop. Alright, this is getting kind of ridiculous. Oh boy. Yep, that's the card I didn't want to see. Tolarian Academy. Well, this is an interesting state here. So, let's see. So, if with his Ravager, he can pretty much do as he pleases here. So, I think swinging in with all these guys is probably my best shot here, given the board state. I mean, if he wants to load up on a Ravager and knock out my guys, so be it. There's not a whole lot I can really do about it. So what I guess he's going to do is he's going to sacrifice these guys, pump him up to a 3, and then maybe sacrifice another guy to make him a 4 to survive. He saves all the damage. And then he's got a 4/4 Ravager. Sorry, I think I said Revoker before. He's got a 4/4 Ravager. Alright. Tolarian Academy. Tap, that gives me 5 mana. So even if I play Tanglewire now, he's just going to tap these 2 and then a couple of other things, I presume. It's probably not even worth the life loss. Another golem, okay. So he's in a difficult predicament here because my Wormcoil Engine will kill whatever whatever creature he chooses to block, you know, with the Ravager. and he won't be able to really gain much from the modular aspect of it, other than preventing 6 damage and me gaining 6 life. Because I can just chump block any creature that he has with it, and ultimately I can just sit back and wait for him to attack. And so long as I have Skull Clamp locked down with Revoker and he can't play Dismember, I'm not sure he really is in a good position here. So we selected Ravager to attack, which is interesting. Okay. So I guess he's banking on... So if I block with the Wormcoil Engine, then what happens is he pumps it up, my Wormcoil Engine dies, and so does his Ravager. Or, alternatively, he puts every counter on somebody else. Since, yeah, so he's gonna pump him up to 7, I guess. Or 6, I don't know. Yeah, you wouldn't want to do it more than 6. You just want to kill it and then call it a day. Yeah, it puts him in a difficult spot. For sure. It's not an easy decision here. So we got rid of his Genesis Chamber, which is interesting. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it. So modular is at death. I thought it was something that you can... My apologies. Alright, so he's got a 12-10 Lodestone Golem that I'm going to have to do something about. Lodestone Golem on my own is not too shabby. Playing City Traders is kind of pointless, right? I mean, it doesn't do me anything. I mean, I guess playing the Tanglewire now is as good as any other time, right? He has to tap 4 things. So if I draw a duplicate, I'm in real good shape. Another lodestone golem, my goodness. Alright. So I have to tap 3 things. Let's go with Tango Wire, Ancient Tomb, and Sol Ring. Sphere of Resistance does almost nothing for me. So let's see what my state here is. He's got, I've got 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, 10. So he has to block. Only problem is my Death Touch Worm would go away. But if I only attack with, say, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 11, 12. Oh, I'm two life short of winning. But let's say if I attack with my Lodestone Golem by itself, then attack with Lodestone Golem by itself. It doesn't do me a whole lot other than getting see, that doesn't really work all that well, because if I do that, then yeah, him playing a Lodestone Golem was really key here. If I attack with everything, that's 4. Well, I can't anymore, but it would not have been enough, because if he blocks the 2 biggest guys, you know, Death Touch, I don't kill this, he would only take 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 damage. Then on the backswing, yeah, I probably should have attacked with everybody. This might be a mistake, but I think I might need to force this issue here. Alright, so I'm up to 27. He's down to 10. And I'm going to play this just because I can. Now if he draws into a dismember or something, that really doesn't help him too much. Oof, man, he played another Mishra's Workshop. Okay. Another tangle wire. So now I'm in a less comfortable position. I can attack for 2, 5, 6, 9, 12 damage. That means he has to block. He would then have to block. He could kill off these 3 guys. So if I attack with everybody, he has to do some blocking because... And then I can play Tangle Wire. Depending on how he blocks. I think that should be enough to open it up, because he would have to... He could tap... He has to tap 5 things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Because he would have to tap 5 things. He has to block some things here. Let's see how this works out. So I will have 3 guys. He has to tap 2. That did not work out in my favor, I don't think. Yeah, that was probably a big mistake. I was hoping I would do a little bit more damage than that, but I'm running out of time to really do the full math consideration here. Two mana short. Let's see, so I have to tap 4 things. 1. Okay. 2, 3, 4. No. Oh man, tangle wire again? Wow. Alright, so I think that might lock it up. So he'll have to tap his entire army, I think. That's 8 things? Jeez. He has to tap everything. So I might pull this out. By going almost runner tangle wire. I might have lucked into this one. So if he drew like a... No, that wouldn't have worked at all. Let's see. Tap, tap, tap. And we did it. We're on the round to the final. Thanks for watching.